After paying for food, books and living costs, Heath Clark hasn't got much left over to live on.
I pull in enough to get through covering the rent and stuff, but not enough to get ahead.
It's a weekly struggle for the first-year student who's also working to pay the bills.
Rent here is about $900 a fortnight. I pull in probably about $1,200. Really, most of it just to food and basics.
Real estate agents say they're seeing more Australians move in together to cover rising costs.
We have a discussion and they let us know. We've got a flatmate who's going to come in or join us, or perhaps their parents are going to move in with them, their cousins.
Property website Domain's latest research shows rents are at record highs in all capital cities, driven by demand for houses, which rose 7.7% in the past year and 5.2% in the regions. At $850 a week, Sydney is the most expensive city to live in, after recording the largest quarterly jump for houses in 4 years of an extra $50 a week. Darwin overtook Perth to become the second least affordable city. When it comes to units, Sydney again tops the list, followed by Perth, Brisbane and Darwin. Domain's chief economist, Nicola Powell, says renters are operating in a landlord's market.
What we have seen, particularly over the recent quarter, is an amalgamation of everything happening in terms of strong rates of population growth, not enough rental supply, an undersupply of housing, affordability barriers for tenants transitioning to being a homeowner.
Grattan Institute's Matthew Bowes says property investors are now shying away from the market.
Because we've seen high interest rates for a number of years now, that does reduce housing supply, which means that over time there are fewer choices on the rental market for renters.
The percentage of available homes to rent, the national vacancy rate, for houses and units remains under 1%, with Darwin as low as 0.1%. It means renters are competing for fewer properties, giving landlords the room to increase rents.
This is really a story about supply conditions being a problem for a number of years now, and that's just continuing, and we need a sort of more concerted effort by governments to turn that around.
Nicola Powell says it's too early to say whether the government's tax changes will push rents up further beyond Treasury's forecast of an extra $2 a week.
My concern comes around the future of what new investment is going to do in Australia and how that is going to feed through, because we are likely to see fewer new investors coming into the rental space, which will eventually tighten rental supply and put further strain on Australia's rental market.
It's not great news for new renters like Heath Clark.
The main goal for a lot of people my age is to eventually own a property, and year after year it just seems even less likely as house prices rise, rents rise and everything rises.
Making it harder to save a deposit to realise the Australian dream of home ownership.